Hi, thanks for joining me on the Discover Your Life Today YouTube channel. My name is Bhaveen Kaura. I am from discoveryourlifetoday.com. Today I'm going to be talking about how to build a better world with no banking system. You can actually go read my article that I wrote over at discoveryourlifetoday.com/the banking system. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to tell you right now, disclaimer, this is not the perfect system that I'm going to be talking about, but these are the steps in building the best and perfect system. I'm not saying it's a utopia and that we can make a utopia. All I'm saying is we need to have a system that is fair to all the people on this planet versus just a few of the people who understand how to take advantage of everything that is in business and in this world. So before I get started there and before you continue, just realize that for this video and realize the things that I'm going to talk about and go over are things that I believe that can start the process to building a better world. And the main thing is taking away the banking or the monetary system. So can we fix this system? That's the first question. So this whole topic came up about a conversation I was actually having with a friend of mine. His name is Wumalu Wamala. We were talking about it, and he says to me, the banking system is corrupt and I don't like it. He pretty much caught me off guard. I will tell you right now. The reason he caught me off guard was because I actually worked in the banking industry for 6 years, and I heard positive things about the banking industry and negative things about the banking industry. And then my friend says to me, do you believe that we could fix this broken banking system? And I really had to think about what he was saying, because I really know him and I know his type of conversations we have, and I understand what he was saying. And I really had to think a little deeper and wonder, is what he's saying true, or is he just kind of, just throwing out random stuff, So I started thinking about it. And I started to process all the different things that I'd heard on television and read in the newspapers and read on Twitter and different business magazines and different conversations I've had with people. I just started looking at various resources, and I started playing this mental game of ping pong, just going back and forth, wondering, is the banking system broken and can we really fix it? What is broken about this banking system in the first place? I know there's something wrong when the banking industry helps create debt and puts people into billions of dollars into debt as a society. I realized this many years ago that, this is the one reason why my friend actually walked away when I was working at a bank a long time ago. So I had a friend by the name of Shannon Beck, and he used to work at the bank with me. And on my first day of working at a bank with him, he says, hey, do you want to go out for lunch? And I said, hey, you know what? Sure. I just made a friend on my first day of work. Let's go for lunch. No problem. And he says to me, why do you want to be in the banking industry? Wow, he hit me right there. And I said, well, I don't know. I'm just, my first job, I'm looking to make some money. He's like, I don't want to sell debt to people. I want to help people. So I'm actually going to quit my job and go help people. And within a couple of months, that's exactly what he did. And to this day, me and him are still great friends. But he's the one who, I remember that conversation. And while I'm thinking about this question my friend Wumalu asked me, I'm really thinking about what the type of things that I've witnessed over the last 6 to 10 years. Sure, do I believe that the banking system is corrupt, or can it be fixed? Yes, I do. And this is why. So here's some of the reasons. I started looking at how the banking industry is actually doing. According to CNN Money, America's 3 biggest banks in 2015 earned over $5.1 billion, not just in profits, but just from overdraft fees, just from charging us money on our own money. This doesn't account for small business loan interest, accounting fees or account fees or mortgages or any other loans that they gave out. That was just one fee, $5.1 billion. And that was in 2015, and it's just going up since then. And in Canada, the big 5 banks collected a combined almost $10 billion in profits in the third quarter of 2016. Not in the whole year, just in one quarter. Well, let's look at how the largest economy in the world did, China. China reported net profits of $9.77 billion, which was up in 2016 by 1.03% year over year. Now, are you getting angry yet? I hope so, because as I started reading this and started looking at this stuff, I started realizing, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. How come there's companies like the banks earning billions of dollars on our money? That's pretty crazy. So let me ask you this question. How much money did you make last year? Was it in the 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, or more? Most probably, if you're part of the average person in Canada and US earned somewhere in the range of $25,000 to $30,000. That's the average. I'm not saying that you're average. I'm just saying that the average person doesn't earn that kind of money. And I just started to read and understand these numbers and out there. I hope this is starting to make you mad. And each day, I hope you understand we work hard to get our money and we give it to the banks who make billions of dollars with our money. And this is not just in your country. This is happening all over the world. So I want to go over 4 ways that you can bring down the banking system. This is going to be a very controversial talk. A lot of people might say this is garbage, this is not going to work. But there's going to be people out there that believe that this can happen and we can bring about change to the world and the lives of all the people in it. I'll be the first one to admit it's not going to be an easy task at all. I believe that we have to come together and change the course of history if we are going to do this. Together, we all around the world, we all have to stand up against the banking system. That means all 7.5 billion of us have to stand up against the government and the banking system and the insurance industries, to be honest. I understand that this is not going to be popular with people, like I said. All I'm asking you to do is listen to the rest of this video and consider what I'm saying on how we can make the world better. So the first way is get rid of money. And in order to do that, we must get rid of the banks. The idea is the most obvious, I believe, to people. We can get rid of money. If we do this, we need to change our whole concept about how we understand money. Every day, our employers, our government, and the banks require us to deposit money with them. The more you do, the more fees they charge you, the more money they keep making. They don't even allow you to take a paycheck home right now. It's a completely digital deposit. They don't even let you touch your money anymore. And right away, you're paying your fees with zeros and ones. And if you understand the digital talk, then you understand that you don't even have an option to touch your own money. You can. We need to educate people about fees, the interest earned on money, and the cost to borrow money from the banks. We need to gain control once again from the money that we've been making. And we can do that by taking away the money. We are told that each year costs of goods keep going up. We are told the reason they go up is because of inflation. I believe inflation is not real. I believe they just make up this number saying, the cost of goods and cost to borrow money is going to go up so they can continually take money out of our pockets. Good example is on September 7th, September 6th, the Canada government increased their interest rate. Why? Not because the economy is only doing great, but they believed Canadians could handle the additional debt load by increasing the interest rate. So instead of allowing us to keep our own money, they want us to work harder and go and pay more interest to the banks and the government so they can keep making more money off of us and keep us indebted to them. But really, what costs more money? Us or them? I think they're costing us a lot of money. We need to start to understand inflation and what is creating this inflation. I believe the banks, the government, and businesses who control major populations are creating this inflation. Okay, along with getting rid of money, we need to dismantle the stock exchange and the investment area completely. So millions of dollars are lost by people each and every single day because we entrust other people to take care of our dollar because we don't know what to do. We don't really understand it. Little do we consider that the goals of the banks, the investors, and big businesses take money out of your pocket and my pocket and put it in their pocket. Unless you can really get with a good investor who really is looking out for you, but keep in mind that investor is always still looking out for themselves. The second thing we need to do is get rid of the casinos as well within the get rid of money. Closing all the casinos worldwide would be another thing to consider. Casinos generate billions of dollars of income. Why? Because too many people want to take their hard-earned dollar and seek to make a quick dollar just to strike it rich. And we know that even if there's a 2% difference between wins and losses, that these guys at the casinos are making billions of dollars. Insurance. Have you considered how much money insurance companies make year after year? I actually worked for an insurance company for 6 years, so I really did get to see that how much money comes into there. Yes, sure, they have to pay out quite a bit of money, but they don't pay money from their insurance. They pay money from their investments. And from that investments, they're making billions of dollars as well from our premiums that we pay them. And you'll also notice a lot of banks are also starting insurance company or buying insurance companies so they can have an additional way of making money. If you're looking at the business side of things, hey, that's a great way to do it. But if you start looking at the way the world is being ruined, they are also having their hands in multiple ways of getting money out of our pockets. We are told that we need to buy insurance so we can pay the premiums. And the premiums we pay then in turn help the people who do have losses, and they pay them. It protects people just like us and protects other people. So why are so many people denied claims when they want to actually put a claim in? Because insurance companies do not want to pay. We need to understand understand what's happening. The fact is, banks, businesses, and governments only consider money, growth, and increasing profits. That's their business. Are you able to see that these three things are really causing all the problems in the world? It's not war, it's money, and it's control of people. If you can understand this, you can understand why we do have a corrupt and broken system, and you can start to see why we need to get rid of this. As the saying goes, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Are you going to let the banks, businesses, and government control you and me forever? Or are we actually going to stand up and take a stand against these people? What we need to change next. Okay, let's consider we got rid of money. So that's number one. What we need to do next. Let's consider some facts today. Some of the largest corporations include the energy companies. The energy companies are making billions of dollars a year, if not per quarter, per month, worldwide, per day, worldwide, just from selling us energy that we need. We need lights because it's something that is helpful for us. It's a necessity, just like clean water is. But they charge us to get clean water from our taps. And I understand that, if it's a necessity, why do we need to pay? We don't have to pay for air. But if they could figure out how to bottle air and make us pay for it, they probably would. Instead of getting free energy, we have to pay for oil, water, electricity, gas, coal, and the companies make billions. And that's the society we've chosen to live in. But providing free energy to people is not on their agenda. People like Nikola Tesla wanted to be able to provide free electricity to everybody, but instead his ideas were thrown aside, and someone like Edison, I believe, his ideas were seen to be more relevant because his concept was about making money, not giving things away for free. Energy companies like banks are pretty much printing money off of us. If you are late in making your payment, they charge you a service fee, and they're making millions of dollars just from service fees because people are late on paying their bills. Can you now start seeing why we need to get rid of the stock exchange, the banking system, the energy sector? This can definitely help improve the lives of billions of people. I'm not saying that we need to get rid of electricity and clean water. What I'm saying is these things need to be necessities of life, not things we need to pay for. Can we really get people off of money? That was a question I really struggled to answer. And deep in my thoughts, I believe we can do it. But I believe it's going to take a lot of mental change and understanding our understanding of money needs to change. The problem is, for the most part, everyone alive only knows one system. They know the corrupt banking system, which is run by the elite, who creates debts and funds wars. Don't believe me? There's a lot of reading out there that you can do on this system. Back in the 1930s, this all happened. All three factors came together. You can go read about the Rothschild family and their connection to the banking system. And did you know that the Rothschild family and a few other families put together are actually worth way more than the richest people on earth? And they literally do not have to declare their income. This is probably why you've never heard of these people. But go look them up and you'll start to see that they actually own, and they're connected to owning, a lot of the banking system out there. So these are the people that we need to stop from taking over our lives. These are the people whose ideologies are running the world, and we become slaves to their ideology. I believe we need to forgive the debts. Now, according to infoplease.com, there's 195 countries in the world. And through trade, wars, natural disasters, and other factors around the world, billions of dollars are being traded, and billions of dollars of debt and income are being made on a daily basis or a yearly basis. Instead of making countries pay each other's debt because of natural resources that have no control by anybody, where oil is going to be, where gold is going to be, where copper and silver and corn and wheat and all these things are found in the world. We have no control of where these items are going to be found. And some countries don't have access to these things. So we sell it to them at a premium and we make a business out of it. And we charge them billions of dollars in interest in a lifetime. But we need to forgive this debt. If we forgave that debt, each country in the world will become rich instantaneously. And we could actually don't need people then to pay taxes to the government, because the tax money is supposedly going to pay the interest on a lot of these debts. People would no longer be enslaved to debt and would not be controlled by government, banks, or taxes. This is why they don't want to take away the banking system, the interest system, the debt system. This is the reason they don't want countries to forgive debts, because they know they can continually collect trillions of dollars from the poor, and the banks will keep making money, because poverty is a business, and that's the business that they are in. The working class people like us, we have to pay the debts of the society with our blood, sweat, and tears by working 8 to 16 hours a day. And no one is wanting to stop this madness or even have conversations about it. So here's some, those are some of the things that I think we need to do, we need to start to do. Like I said, it's not going to be easy, but there are some things I would like you to consider as well. There's so many questions that I had to ask myself as I was making this video and as I wrote this article as well. The questions and answers we give ourselves are going to help us become successful or become a failure. They're going to help us positively or negatively impact all the people on this global society. So if we could get rid of money, why would people work and want to progress humanity without an incentive? I believe there is other incentives. We just have to make money the non-incentive. So that's why we need to get rid of it. We need to make progression of humanity the incentive. Enlightenment incentive. We have to make helping one another incentive. Living a collective society incentive. Some sort of utopia, and money takes away that utopia. What type of system would we live in? Would it be a socialist economy, and a capitalist, and communist, or do we have some sort of hybrid that we don't have yet? Or would we have just something completely different? How happy would you be if you lived a life of freedom for yourself and didn't have to go to work 40 hours a week to pay debts, to work for the banks, to work for the government, pay taxes, and pay billions of dollars to fund wars that you don't care about, that you don't even want happening? I just want you to consider these concepts. And I really hope you are able to take away quite a bit from this. Really, my goal is to try to help you understand the things that are really happening out there. And if we were to get rid of the things that are taking money out of our pocket and causing all the problems in the world, we wouldn't have all these problems in the world. We'd have hopefully a system that allows humanity to work together. I know this topic is very controversial, but I do want you to leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this video and even on this topic itself. I am from DiscoverYourLifeToday.com. My name is Maveen Kaura. This is the Discover Your Life Today YouTube channel. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to DiscoverYourLifeToday.com and subscribe to the blog as well. And like I said, leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to read what you say, and I would love to have a conversation started so we can start to change the world together. I hope you go out and change the world and have yourself a great day.